Hello, everyone. I am here today with Hannah. She has just recently completed our nutrition coaching package, so I wanted to share with you some of her wins. So, Hannah, thank you for joining us. And I want you to tell us, what were your goals, or what were you looking to get out of nutrition coaching together?
So something that was really important to me is I have a huge sweet tooth, so kind of curbing those sugar cravings and finding something more manageable. When I was younger, I wasn't as concerned about my sugar intake, but as I'm getting older and I'm focusing more about providing my body with the most healthy and most efficient way of fueling itself, I wanted to kind of nix that. So that was probably one of my most primary concerns. Another one was fatigue, so feeling more energized throughout the day was a really big one. And I think those were my two biggest goals that I had throughout the process.
Yeah, so handling sugar cravings and having more energy, right? So
Mhm.
tell me how things are now that we just did a 6-week course together. So not too much time, but tell me how things are now.
Right. So, I mean, I think it's much better now. There's obviously still work to be done. Like I said, I have a huge sweet tooth, so there's no like switch I can just turn off on that in a sense. But Gabby and I talked a lot about that because it was something for me that was really important, and I still wanted to be able to eat sweets. I didn't want to go from, like having a dessert after every meal to no sweets at all, because for me, I knew that it wasn't going to work out. The program at all wasn't going to work out if there was no sweets in it, in a sense. But we talked about, like, we started slowly with just maybe one sweet a day, and I would have like one serving. So instead of having, if I made a batch of cookies, instead of having like two after everything, I just had two one time throughout the day. And then we also talked a lot about like alternative baking styles. And she did some research, and so did I, about different sweeteners that um, aren't like I forget what they're called, but like the sweet and low sweeteners that are carcinogenic
Artificial,
and things like that. Right, artificial
right?
sweeteners, but things like monk fruit extract and coconut sugar and actual stevia, real stevia, not
Hmm.
the Truvia, and things like that can still give me that effect, but are maybe healthier, and using different types of flour instead of processed um, bleached flour, using almond flour, and I even made my own oat flour by just like grinding oats up. And
So
I
you're
think,
experimenting and trying a lot of different
right.
alternatives.
And that being said, I'm still not, I've still cut down in general, like just because they're healthier, I don't eat just as much of them. I'm trying to find other ways to get it, but still understanding that, there are better ways to get my nutrition. And it definitely was kind of hard, I guess, at first, but it was hard in the sense that, like, I just didn't want to do it, right? I still wanted my sweets, but it was completely manageable. And I really valued how Gabby particularly, worked with me, because I like to bake and I like sweets. So it wasn't just like a completely cut out. It was like we worked together to slowly cut it down. And then once I did cut it down, find healthier ways to do it. And then, what stuck with me too, was that affected my energy level, not eating as many sweets, because I had no idea. I mean, I might just be, not the brightest bulb in the box, but the whole like blood sugar, like up and down spike, it's something I never thought about. I just had the symptoms, I feel like, of low, when really I eat a lot. But it makes sense because, you eat a lot and then you have this huge dip. So finding a way to balance that and keep it more steady so that I don't have this like high and then this massive low.
Right.
So it's definitely still a work in progress. And I think that, any big change that you want to see in yourself is a work in progress, but it's definitely coming along, and it's still coming along.
Yeah, I mean, you are definitely at a great place, I would say. In the beginning, I know you were very attached to your sweets and your sugars and your artificial things too. So just hearing you say that you're more aware of what you're putting in your body and you're aware of your alternative choices, right? Like we don't have to completely cut everything out cold turkey. We can gradually make changes so we can make lifestyle habits. So,
Right.
and you said you have more energy now that you're balancing your meals properly, and you can actually find when you're crashing. You can figure out, okay, this sign means I'm not eating the right things or I need to eat something else.
Hmm.
So, all really helpful, important tools along the way. Well, thank you so much for sharing all of those
Oh, of
wins with
course.
us, Hannah. Very happy for you, very proud of you. You did awesome. So,
Well,
thank
thank you.
you.
But it was all you.
It's teamwork. Teamwork makes the
Right.
dream work, right? All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in and listening, and hope to talk to some of you soon.